Ever pondered why 80% of your socks vanish in just 20% of your laundry days? It's a puzzling question, isn't it? But what if I told you that this sock mystery might just be the perfect representation of a concept known as the 80-20 principle, or the Pareto Principle? This principle, named after the Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto, suggests that a whopping 80% of your outcomes stem from a mere 20% of your inputs. It's like saying, in the grand theater of your laundry days, a small cast of 20% is responsible for 80% of the missing sock drama. Quite the sock-stealing culprits, aren't they? It's a funny analogy, but it surprisingly aligns with the 80-20th rule. It's an intriguing principle that pops up in various aspects of life, from business to personal growth. So, if you're wondering where your socks are, they're probably hanging out with that 20% effort causing 80% of your laundry woes. Imagine if you could achieve more by doing less. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, let's delve into the nitty-gritty of the 80-20 principle, and you'll see how this dream can become your reality. This principle, also known as the Pareto Principle, can be applied in almost every aspect of your life, from your professional endeavors to your personal relationships. It's about realizing that not all efforts are created equal. The idea is simple, yet profoundly impactful. 80% of your results come from just 20% of your efforts. Let's look at your office environment, for instance. Ever noticed how a small fraction of your tasks make a massive difference in your productivity? That's right, it's likely that just 20% of your work tasks are resulting in 80% of your productivity. It could be that one project or task that really moves the needle, while the rest just keeps you busy without contributing much to your overall output. Now, let's take this principle out of the office and into your social life. Ever felt like a tiny fraction of your friends cause the majority of your drama? Well, you're not alone. It's quite possible that 20% of your friends are causing 80% of your drama. It's not about pointing fingers, but rather about recognizing where your emotional energy is going and how you can better manage it. The 80-20 principle is not about being lazy or cutting corners. It's about being smart with your resources, about understanding where your efforts yield the most results, and focusing more on those areas. It's about efficiency, productivity, and ultimately, achieving more by doing less. So, if you've been sweating over that 80% of work that only brings 20% results, it's time to flip the script. Start identifying your most impactful tasks and relationships and channel your energy towards them. After all, wouldn't you rather be a master of few than a jack of all trades, master of none? Remember the time when you spent hours cleaning your room only to find it messy again in a day? Yep, that's the 80-20 principle laughing at you. You see, the 80-20 principle, also known as the Pareto Principle, is all about focusing on the vital few rather than the trivial many. It's a principle that can be applied to any area of life to increase efficiency and happiness. Let's take a look at how. Imagine your room is a mess. You could spend all day cleaning every nook and cranny, but let's be honest, who has time for that? Instead, think about the 20% of your room that causes 80% of the mess. Maybe it's that clothes mountain on the chair, or that pile of books that never seems to shrink. Focus on tackling those areas first, and you'll find that you've made a significant dent in the mess with a fraction of the effort. Or consider your to-do list. How many items on there have been lingering for days, weeks, or even months? Apply the 80-20 principle. Identify the 20% of tasks that will give you 80% of the results, and prioritize those. Suddenly your list seems less daunting, doesn't it? The beauty of the 80-20 principle lies in its simplicity. It's about identifying what's important and focusing your efforts there, instead of spreading yourself thin trying to do everything. So next time, skip dusting those ceiling corners and focus on that clothes mountain instead. So, ready to join the 20% club? Let's recap. The 80-20th principle is a game changer. It's the secret sauce that allows you to focus on the vital few, the crucial 20% that brings 80% of the results. From business to personal life, it's the lens that sharpens your focus, streamlines your efforts, and maximizes your outcomes. So don't get lost in the crowd of the 80%, join the 20% club. Remember, it's not about working harder, but smarter. Now go find those socks.